Good evening, good afternoon. My name is Jess Markowitz, and I am the Superstar Director to Angels of Light Group. And today is April 21st. Our group has a weekly new consultant call that we do this Zoom just like this, and it's usually at this time on Wednesdays, but we decided to replace it with this called B.A.C.O.N, Be a Consultant Opportunity Night. So new consultants as well as seasoned consultants can invite people to learn more about the business opportunity. One of the things that are so important is that new consultants need to know that they don't have to wait to start sponsoring. A lot of people feel like, maybe I don't know enough, I just started, and they hesitate, and they even have people that are interested in joining and they still don't, they tell them, no, I don't want anything to do with that because they're scared of the, hold on one second, of not knowing enough. And so tonight is really about that, as well as anybody that joins. This is recorded, so we'll be sending it to people that are prospective consultants. A lot of them are a little hesitant to jump on live, although I have in detail shared through email, through our events, that there's no obligation to join. A lot of people feel like, oh, they made the commitment to get on the call, that they have to make the commitment to join. And that's not the case at all. And I want to make sure that all of you that are consultants make that clear for your prospective team members as well, that they are not going to be pressured, and it is no obligation for them to join just because they join one of these opportunities. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually going to start with a, let me see where oh, here it is. With kind of like it's a PowerPoint, and it's going to cover some questions, some little bit about the business, about the company, and even some myths about our becoming a consultant. So we like to clear that up really early. And then I'm going to be sharing a couple stories for just people to kind of have an idea of how there's so much diversity in our company, which is amazing. We love authenticity. Authenticity is one of our core values. And since we're on the topic, it's simplicity and generosity is the other two. So we have three: authenticity, simplicity, and generosity. And so which means we want you to be you. We want you to come with all the skills that you have already and be willing to learn new ones, because obviously that's just going to help you with your business, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen. Or I think, am I already sharing it? No, I'm not. Okay. I just looked at the wrong one. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Scentsy Opportunity Night, the ins and outs of being a consultant. So Scentsy can fit into your life no matter what your situation. Think about your goals for your business: a new pair of shoes, a car payment, a mortgage. We will revisit this at the end. And so before we go there, I want you to know that the majority of Scentsy consultants, like probably like 99.9%, maybe not that high, but it's in the 90s, join because they just love the product. That's it. There's no goal of I want to make this much money or I want to save this much money. It's just I love it so much. I've been buying so much. I might as well become a consultant. And one of the benefits is when you are a consultant, you get commission back from your own purchases. And then when you learn how to really work the business, you're not only going to be making commission off of other people's sales that they place with you, but then essentially we want you to never pay full price for Scentsy again as a Scentsy consultant. And there are so many different ways to do that. So what I wanted to do is introduce myself as far as my story. So I'm going to unshare myself while on my screen while I do that. A lot of people me how I started because they assume that when I started, I knew exactly what I was doing. They thought I had a big background in sales or management or running a business. And the truth is, none of the above. When I started, I was a stay-at-home mom. My husband was military. And I pretty much was at a place in my life that I lost all my self just worth. As much as I loved being a mom and a stay-at-home mom, which is something I actually dreamt about and wished that I had the opportunity to do at one point in my life. But when I was forced to stay home because I was laid off from my current job, and then we moved, I didn't have a lot of tools to get a new job in the area that I was. It was a very small town, and I always tease, but it's the truth. If you weren't somebody's mother's brother, sister's uncle, you weren't going to get a job there, especially if you had the limited skill level that I had. I don't want to downplay myself. I've always been somebody that works hard, and because of that, I excel fast. However, a little thing about Jess is I am dyslexic. And so because I'm dyslexic, I've always been forced to work way harder than anybody else, unfortunately. Oh, that's much better. So if it takes, somebody 2 days to read a book, it takes Jess a week and a half. If for me to comprehend any type of reading that I'm trying to learn as far as like material, it takes me several times to read it over and over and over and over and over again to process. So somebody like me, if I could be successful at this type of a business, anybody can. I share that with everybody. It's the truth. A lot of you have way more skills, way more education than I have. And so if you apply that, you will be just as successful, if not more, and a lot faster than I ever was. Fast forward, I started buying Scentsy from a military spouse that was a friend that lived on base, just like a couple houses over, and loved it. My house burnt down when I was 7 in front of my eyes, like everything, all my memories of my deceased father was gone, all his stuff that we had, like memorabilia, completely gone. And so that obviously devastated me, right? And was pretty traumatic to see at a young age. And so when this lady introduced a wickless opportunity with no flame to have fragrance in my house, I was definitely sold immediately, especially because I had little ones. My daughter and my son were 15 months and not quite 3 yet when I joined. And so I loved the fact that I could have fragrance in my home and not worry about my kids getting burned and or spilling something and ruining the floor or the walls. So it just had a lot of qualities that didn't even realize I was seeking for my whole life. And so, like I said, I was sold immediately, so I became a client immediately. And I purchased from her for about a year. Okay, maybe about, yeah, it was about a year. Now, if you're a consultant, this is or future consultant, this is something that's so important I want to share with you, is that this specific consultant never asked me or shared with me the business opportunity. And so I never knew it was available. Now we can say, well, didn't you look at the catalog, Jess? The back of the catalog always says, join Scentsy, here's the information. Nope, because I'm dyslexic, I don't read stuff that I don't need to. And so I didn't flip to that page. And so I had no idea that that was an option. Okay. So when I actually met my current sponsor, the one that actually sponsored me into the business, she's the one that educated me on the ability to actually join, what were the benefits, and she helped me overcome all the fears that I had. And some of them, which may be some of yours or were some of yours if you're already a consultant, is I'm not a salesperson. I don't know anybody. I didn't even have a startup money to start the business, which was actually the starter kit fee at the time. And what were some other things? Yeah, all my friends and family lived elsewhere in different states. I was in another state because of the military. I didn't have any friends. I was very shy, and a lot of people don't believe me, but I still am shy in certain settings. Scentsy is just now my comfort zone because I've been doing it for so long. I just celebrated my 10-year anniversary this month, which is April. And so because of Scentsy, I've grown on a many levels, but definitely on a personal level, which has helped me build confidence and learn a lot about myself and help me achieve things that I never thought that I was capable of doing, which is especially one of them was building my own business. So I've been, like I said, with Cincy for 10 years. So I've seen so many changes. When I started, we basically had room sprays, Scentsy buddies, warmers, and wax. And that's it. And, but the one thing that I had going for me is my love for the product. So when I told my sponsor I'm not a salesperson, and here's a fact, I'm still not a salesperson, guys. I don't have really good sales skill. I've learned more over the years, which has helped me, but I don't feel that I'm a natural salesperson. And when I say sales, a lot of people think of the icky sales, like, pushy and making people like feel like they can't say no, and then they get stuck with something they didn't really want, just an uncomfortable, icky way of selling. But I also want to share what I've learned over the years is that we're all salespeople. I know that's, you're like, what? I'm a nurse. What are you talking about? Or I'm a teacher. Yes, you actually sell yourself on to other people, whether they like you as their nurse, whether they like you as their kid's teacher, whether they respect your strategy of teaching, whether they think that you have good bedside manner if you're a nurse or whatever. I'm just using those as examples. And so we're all selling ourselves in some way, shape, or form. And so if we look at it that way and remember that this is actually a relationship building business, that's what the core is. Yes, we sell products, but the products are actually just the tool. Okay. It's the tool to connect with somebody and create the beginning of a relationship by finding out what type of decor they like, finding out what type of fragrances they like. And then as those relationships build, then we get to grow from that. And that's when like real friendships start and real lifelong business relationships start, whether you're a client, a host, or a therapy consultant, which like you're on somebody's team or they're on your team. So it's all intertwined. Okay, so let me go back to my little presentation here. If I can, there we go. Okay, so before I get back to that, then next I'm just gonna tell you what the next thing is. It says how Scentsy has impacted my life. So I shared a little bit that it helped me, take fire out of my home. And I was very inspired to take fire out of everybody's home from that day on. And I love that I had that option to help people literally save lives. When I first joined and became a director, my team name was Jessy's Angels Saving Lives because I really felt like we had the ability to save people's lives, and we really do. When you think about it, fires in homes is one of the highest death reasons for death. I don't remember the percentage. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while. I should have probably looked it up earlier, but I didn't. But fires in homes have a very high percentage of annual death, which is really sad and scary, right? So as a consultant, if you are somebody that likes to add value to people's lives and really contribute to the world, you're contributing to the world by keeping fire out of people's homes, just with that and introducing the products. Another thing that is huge, and I think stories are very powerful. And so I'm going to share a story, but I'm also going to be vulnerable at the same time. And I think vulnerability is a strength because that's when you're able to relate to people more. And honestly, I hope that nobody's able to relate to me in this circumstance, but if you can, you'll be able to understand why Scentsy has been such a great asset in my life and how it's really benefited me. So in 2017, so 6 years into my business, I was already at the top level of the company. as a superstar director, which is the very top level, and we're going to discuss that in just a minute. I was high on life. Everything was great. I was helping people. I was serving people. I created an income that I never thought was possible in this type of a business. Especially, I didn't think it was possible for me. I never thought I was worthy to create a lifestyle and a financial situation that I'd be able to provide for my family, as well as provide freedom for myself and my family. And so everything was wonderful in life. I was grateful. Things were just amazing. And then in February of 2017, I lost my brother to suicide. And obviously, that is a big traumatic jolt and kind of ripped the carpet right underneath you. And everything I learned from Scentsy, meaning like just leadership skills, coping skills, relationship skills. I mean, everything I had ever learned kind of just got deleted from my brain. And you know what kept me going? It was my Scentsy family. And we call each other Scentsy sisters and brothers because we literally if there's something about the spirit and culture that Scentsy has created, is unlike any other company or especially direct sales company out there. And any of you that have come from another direct sales company that you may have dabbled in, or maybe you've done really well in, you'll know when you really dive in and get to know the culture of Scentsy and the sisterhood and brotherhood that we have, that it's definitely a very unique relationship and culture. And because of that culture, my Scentsy sisters and brothers were constantly pulling me out from that dark space. And even though I would get in a bad place, there was always somebody reaching for me, trying to pull me back out, making sure I was involved, making sure that I knew that they cared. And so that support was priceless, literally priceless. And it was people that were in my upline, in my sideline, and we say sideline meaning we're not directly connected with them at all, but they're Scentsy sisters and brothers in the company. And then the coolest part where it was people in my downline, meaning I have leadership stewardship over them. So I'm generally somebody that helps support them. But guess what was happening? They were supporting me. They were supporting me on an emotional and life traumatic situation. And I could never, ever, ever, ever replace or I honestly can't put into words really how that relationship and the culture of Scentsy has benefited my life. It's helped my family. It helped my family through that really hard time as well, because not only were the Scentsy sisters and brothers reaching out to me, but they were reaching out to my children and my husband, and just showing love like a family does. And so because of that, the relationships I've built, I was able to find my way and really find the peace that I needed with that loss that I had with my brother. So it's way more than wax and warmers, guys. It's so much more. Wax and warmers, like I said, is the tool, and it is the beginning of it's the foundation of this business and the foundation of what you can create for your life if you look at it that way and you choose to dive in. Now, any of you that are watching this, whether you're live or recorded, there's something inside you that knows that you want more, and that you know, whether you understand it or not yet, that there is an opportunity here that's available to you, and you're willing to find out what it is and why and how you're going to be able to take advantage of it. Okay, so let's get back to our slide. Let's do the share screen. Okay, so the next slide, it says, these are some questions that I'm basically going to be teaching you while I'm asking you some questions, and you may end up knowing the answers before, and you don't even know why, but you already know some answers. So which of the following is true about Scentsy? Founded by two housewives who were looking for a safe alternative to candles. B, run by a husband and wife team. C, family-oriented direct sales company. And D, all of the above. And so if you answer D, you are correct. So we did start our Scentsy. The company was actually founded by two stay-at-home moms that were sister-in-laws, and they were watching the Oprah Winfrey show. And the Oprah had a bunch of entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs that were sharing these inventions that they had, and they both looked at each other and were like, well, man, we want to do that. And interesting enough, they had already been kind of talking about their desire to create something that took fire out of homes, because they also had little ones, and fire, flame, people don't realize that a candle is fire. Like, because it's so small, it's a tiny little flame. We think it can't be dangerous, but all it needs is a little bit of something to catch on to, and it can be your entire house within minutes. And that's what happened with my home when I was 7. And so another statistic is that during the holiday season, fires are usually, there's a lot more fires during the holiday season because there's more gatherings, but also because people start to light candles because of the ambiance of candles, which the holiday season kind of brings: the cold, the warmth, and the fragrance. They want fragrance like cranberries and pumpkins and apples and things like that. And what they do is they put these little fixtures, like, baskets of flowers and stuff, and napkins right next to the candles, or inside. The candles are inside these fixtures, and before you know it, they're up in flames. And it happens every single year, and that's why firefighters are so busy during the holiday season. So let me okay, so that's where there was Colette Gunnell and Tara Egan. I got their names mixed up for a second. And that's what they wanted. They were like, we need to get our houses to be more safe around our kiddos. And the Oprah Winfrey show kind of just basically pushed them into gear of like, let's do what we said we've been saying we want to do. And they created the wickless, the candle. And the first warmer was actually made by just a local distributor here in the United States. And they also sold to other companies. And so the same Scentsy warmer was being sold by other companies. Okay. And then they realized that if we want this to get any bigger, we're going to have to figure out something different. Okay. And that's when their wax came along, and their wax was basically what really made them stand out, opposed to all the other companies that were selling wickless warmers, basically. And the wax is a food grade paraffin wax. Food grade paraffin wax. And what that is basically the wax. When you see an apple that's shiny, that's the wax they put on the outside. It helps it keep it fresh, as well as hard candy is glazed on the outside with paraffin wax, food grade version. So that's why our wax is not only it's non-toxic. So that means that if your little one takes a chunk out of it and swallows it, it's going to taste disgusting, but they're just going to have a colorful bowel movement the next day. And so when you share these products and really educate your clients on the difference between our wax and other people's wax, because it's a paraffin, it's the same type of response of when you go to a spa and you do a paraffin spa treatment and you lift your hands up and it immediately solidifies and it moistures your skin as well. That's the reason why we don't have to worry about burns either with our wax. And why, when you educate a mom or a grandma or a pet mom or dad, that's what's going to win them over. They're going to be like, okay, this is safe for my family. And that's why they want to go with that. I see that there's a comment. Where can we find this information online? Good question. So we have a website called scensyblog.com. And all of this information, it's actually a great website. for you to go to, because they give tips every month of what's going on in the season, of how to sell, but also all of the ins and outs and the education that you'll find with Scentsy. Another thing is that I will tell you that a lot of the information I learned was just because I accelerated pretty fast in the business. And so I went to director boot camp, and that's when you get to see, and right there at the Scentsy home office, how things are made. They get to tell the background. You get to sit with the fragrance specialist that actually makes our fragrances, and they explain where they came up with the combination, and they they teach you about different fragrances and the different, top note, middle note, and bottom note. So you can literally become a fragrance specialist as well. And that's how it's going to help you as well to be very, very successful with the selling side of the business. And then, like I said, we're all salespeople. So whether we're selling them on buying or selling them on hosting to get 3.5 off items, or selling them on the idea that this is a great opportunity. You're so welcome. And thanks, Neens, for adding that for us. ScentsyBlogs.com. Yes, awesome. Okay, so all of the above. And then now it's run by a husband and wife, Orville and Heidi Thompson. They are amazing and completely brilliant business owners. One thing I want to share with you, and I think it's so important for consultants to know and potential consultants, that especially this past year, we have seen a lot of direct sales companies close because of COVID. When most businesses, whether they're brick and mortar or direct sales, meaning you work from your home, they have some type of a loan to help them get going. And one thing I will say about Orville and Heidi is that they are such brilliant financial managers that Scentsy has not used profit from any years that have they've received profit. Okay, I'm saying that wrong. Let me say it this way. It hasn't been since 2014. It is now 2021 that they have used any profit from the sales of Scentsy products. Meaning everything else since 2015 on has all been just profit and stored away in the Scentsy account. And Scentsy owns our warehouses. It owns we just actually expanded, where I think it's about 4 cinder blocks in Meridian, Idaho. If you can Google it, you can see all the properties, but they just bought more properties, and they own everything outright, guys. They don't owe anybody anything. And so the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because you don't have to worry that Scentsy is going to go under one day. Because that's what happened. I've had, if any of you guys know, this is one that's been a while, but this is one I never thought would go under. If you've ever heard of Leah Sophia, that was a jewelry company. That was one of the most prestigious and popular and successful jewelry company in direct sales. And they had to close their doors. I mean, maybe it was like about 5-6 years ago, maybe even longer. I don't know. But when that happened, that's what blew me away and made me realize, like, wow, I'm really in the right business, in the right company. Because here's a little side note. I actually considered joining Leah Sophia when I moved to my military base, because I knew I wasn't going to find a job. But you know what made me scared is that it's not a consumable product. And our company, our products are all consumable, meaning you always have a reason to follow up with your clients because they're going to need more. What I would say for companies that aren't consumable, once you have a nice pair of earrings, you got a nice pair of earrings, right? Or once you have a nice pot, you got a nice pot. And the thing is that they are good quality. So nothing's going to happen to them. They're going to be around. They're going to be working just as good 10 years from now as it did when you bought it. Right. But our products, the things that aren't consumable, which is our warmers and our diffusers, things like that, we also back them up with lifetime warranties. So you don't need another one, but you also need, products to utilize it, like the wax and the oils and the pods and things like that. And then we also have, as you may or may not know, we have so many different lines in our company. Like I said, we only had Scentsy Buddies, warmers, wax, and rooms. Oh, room sprays and scent circles. That's what we had. And travel tins. I'm sorry, totally forgot about those two. But those aren't at the hottest sales anymore because we have better products right now. So I always forget about those. But anyways, um, we have kids line, we have body clean, um, laundry, we have unplugged, we have diffusers and oils and pods, we've got warmers and wax, we've got special collections that are licensed products now that we've been literally begging for since I started 10 years ago. All the things that are launching now, our clients have been begging. My very first party I went to a hostess's house that hosted for me, every single person there said, do you have NFL warmers? Do you have any Disney products? Do you have, and I'm like, no, not yet. But that just shows that I was able to be successful without all those products. So you're getting into a company, whether you're in it now or you're about to launch into this business, at the prime time of this company. We have all these amazingly very hard licenses to actually partner with. NFL is one of the hardest licensed partnerships to get into, as well as Disney. And we have both of them among a lot of other ones that are still, that we already have, but also are in the mix as well. So when I said that a lot of these other direct sales were going under in the past year, Scentsy was experiencing the highest volume in growth. We call it hyper growth in our entire history of Scentsy. And so when other people were plummeting, we were skyrocketing. And people were joining Scentsy last year and growing to superstar consultant and directors and even star directors. And some people have even gotten to superstar director in just this past year, which blows my mind. But obviously it's possible. And the reason why is because people need extra income right now. The product is not only amazing and great quality, but people need it right now because it creates an emotional security for them. Fragrance creates memories and it creates emotion. So when people are in a time of anxiety and stress and uncertainty, fragrance makes their home, which is where they've been locked up in for the past year, their place of, sanctuary, if you will. It makes that sanctuary give them and create a calm and basically whatever mood they're looking to get. If they want to have more energy, they pop in some citrus fragrances. If they want more of a relaxing, they have more of the calming fragrances like lavenders and eucalyptus and things like that. And so we have a product that people not only love, not only want, but they actually need in their life, because fragrance really creates moods. And right now, people are doing whatever they can to lift their moods right now. And it'll always be that way. It's just super hyper growth right now because this is an experience that nobody in the world has ever experienced. And the cool thing is we are actually global, and we're in 12 states. 12 countries. And we are in every single state, United States, and as well as U.S. territories, Guam and Puerto Rico. Okay, and that is considered region 1. If you joined as a U.S. consultant, you'd also be able to sell to and sponsor and do parties with region 1, which also is connected to Canada as well. Okay, let's keep moving. I'm sorry. There's just so much that I love. I've already shared this with you. You already know the answers. What are our core values? Simplicity, authenticity, and generosity. Just really fast, simplicity is because we want you to keep your business simple. The more complex you make it, the harder it is. And the harder it is to add it into your life. The people that struggle with Scentsy are the ones that think they have to do all the things and do everything above and beyond and do more than what is really required. The people that keep it simple are not only successful, but they're able to add it into their life and basically put their personal life, their maybe they have a full-time career and their Scentsy business and work it all in harmony. There's no balancing, because what happens when you try to balance something? Something suffers, right? So we try to say to help you live your life in harmony, like music, and have it work together with all together as a in harmony, basically. Okay, next one is the company has a minimum stock requirement of $200 per catalog season. Now, the if you answered true, you're incorrect. So a lot of other direct sales company actually require you to purchase a certain amount, whether it's a certain. My son is making me laugh. Sorry. So whether it is to stock up on your products, or whether it's a season, whether it's a month or a quarter or whatever it is, there's no, Scentsy does not make you personally purchase those products. Okay. There is a minimum requirement if you decide to build a team, which is one of the, and the best way to work your business smarter, not harder, and in order for it to grow, you would have to be active, which is $200 in orders. Well, it's called PRV, personal retail volume, and we'll get more in depth with that when you decide to become a consultant. But it's basically dollar for dollar. The only exception is that we do have licensed products. And so when you sell a licensed warmer, we'll say, if it's $45, it doesn't necessarily mean the PRV that you're going to get commission off of, and that you have to, that basically counts as points towards you being active each month, is not going to be the equal amount on a licensed product. So it'd likely be 40 PRV instead of 45. I hope that makes sense. I hope it's not too confusing, but I promise you it makes sense as you get started. So there's no requirement that you personally have to buy anything. Now, that's why we want you to share these products with your friends and family, because if you are sharing and you're asking for referrals, you do not know anybody right now. In your mind, you're telling yourself you don't know anybody, which means you're right, because that's what you're telling yourself, right? But if you even branch out to just say, I'm going to share this with my mom, my cousin, my neighbor next door, and the guy that checks me out at the checkout stand every Saturday when I go grocery shopping, you're giving yourself opportunity to not only, share your business with those 5 people, or was it 4? I don't know, whatever. If you ask them all for a referral, that can quadruple, that can blow up before you know it. That's what happened to me. Is I didn't know anybody in my area. And what I did is I utilized the resources that I did have, which was my husband had a job. My husband saw people every day. So I sent invitations with him to invite anybody he could to my launch party. And that people did show up. I was so surprised and grateful, but they also brought people, because I asked them to bring friends. And one person, I got 9 parties booked from that launch party, which was, again, blew me away. But one person booked for the very 2 days from the day I did my launch party, which scared the you-know-what out of me. But she knew 20 people that was able to show up within 2 days of her actually booking that party. And guess what happened to Jess's clientele list, right? It expanded from, the people that showed up at my party to 20 more people just from that one person. So we have to remember that referrals are everything in this business. It's literally the best compliment you can get in your business is somebody referring you or them to you. Okay. Now, if for some reason not one person on earth wanted to buy from you, which I really, really would be so surprised, and I've never seen that happen. If you don't get sales by the time you are required to place that order, then you would have to decide, do you need products? Here's the thing, guys, you own your own store when you join Scentsy. Instead of going to grocery store to buy your laundry products, your cleaning products, your hair products, your dog's grooming products. Oh, I forgot about pets. Your body, I mean, all these things that you use anyways. Why would you go buy from them when they're already making enough money, right? When you could buy from yourself and then you become your own marketing, your free marketing. When you walk by and you smell great and your clothes smell good and your dog smells amazing and your friends come to your house and wash their hands and they love the way their hands smell because of the Scentsy soap, et cetera, et cetera. They walk into your house and your house smells amazing. You purchasing your own products is going to help you find new business. It's free marketing. And then you get commission back, which basically gives you a discount on your own purchases. So some people, when they think in their mind that they have nobody that wants to buy, they're right. I say this a lot with my Scentsy team, is I quote Henry Ford that says, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. If you think you have nobody to sell to, then you don't, because you're not going to start looking for people to sell to. Okay. So, but that's what Scentsy actually has training 24/7. It's called our Workstation Dashboard. We have a training center that literally is available 24/7. So if you work nights and you get home at 3 in the morning and you're not quite ready to go to bed, you can train yourself any time of the day, week, whatever, and on any subject. So if you feel like you need sales skills, you can train on sales skills. If you feel like you need to learn how to sponsor better, or book parties better, whatever it is, we've got all that you need. And then on top of it, you have a Scentsy team. It's either your sponsor that invited you to this, a future sponsor, or your director or upline, and I would be your upline, but there's even people above me. So if I don't provide what you're looking for, there's always somewhere to go to get that additional support. Okay, so never hesitate to reach out and to keep reaching up. Okay, because somebody eventually is going to be able to help you. And if you feel like maybe it's not just like me, maybe I just don't have I don't know. I don't have what you think is inspiring you, so nothing I share with you helps you. And that's okay. That's why we have so many people out there. And another thing, remember I told you how amazing the culture is with Scentsy? One of the most amazing, and you can't find it anywhere in any other direct sales company, is that Scentsy consultants, we truly give more than take. Scentsy consultants go out of their way all the time to share and provide and train all the skills that they learn and all the things that are working in their business with people that aren't even in their downline. And downline is where you get sponsoring bonuses by them being in your team and you training them and helping them grow. But we train people that have nothing to do with our teams, and we are not getting financial gain through doing this. But because we consider each other Scentsy sisters and brothers, we share, because one, we know there is more than enough of business to go around there. And I want you to remember that when you know that and you think with a selfless mindset and a give more than take mindset, you're not only going to grow, but you're going to find way more business than you can ever handle. And you're going to be forced to have to grow a team because you can't handle all of the customers that you have. And that's what happened with me. And I'm so glad that I built a team really fast, because I would have never been able to keep up with what happened with my business, how fast it grew. Okay, I'm getting short on time here. True or false? The company has a max. Oh, I already did that one. So that's not true, but you do have to place at least 200 in PRV every 4 months to keep your downline. Okay. And this is actually a new policy as of February 1st of 2021, is that you actually only need to be active, which is the 200 PRV, once in a 12-month period. Now, come on, guys. I'm sure you could do that. I know you could do that. So even if that was all you did and you literally stocked up on your own Scentsy stuff for a year, it's worth it, right? You're not going to make money that way. I'm going to be honest with you, but you would benefit by placing your own order, stocking up, and getting the commission from your own purchase. And you'd be fine for over a year, or not over a year, for up to a year from that point. But I will tell you, come holidays or when somebody needs a birthday gift or Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduations are coming up, guess who they're going to come to when they need a gift, as long as they know that you are a consultant. Because you can't just expect people just to know, right? And you have to also make an effort to let them know that you want their business. So marketing your business and learning how to market your business is also important. But we have all of that training for you. Okay. Let's see here. Let's kind of scoot along through this. Which is fun is a way to generate income through your Scentsy business. Sales, team building, leadership pay, resell, free and half off items accrued. Okay, is that the right word? Did I put that in there right? Accrued or accrued? I guess it is. So if you said E, you're correct. So there's multiple ways to make money in Scentsy. When you are a consultant, you can also be your own host and collect orders from your clients, your friends, your family, and have your own party. And then you get to have those free and half off items. And because you're a Scentsy consultant, you can sell those products off for full price, which is awesome. So you can get something for free with your free credit, a $45 warmer, let's just say, and sell it for $45, which you got for $0. So you can make money as a Scentsy consultant just by collecting orders and doing your own parties. Leadership pay, which is what I was talking to you about, sponsoring bonuses. And if we have time, really, I'm going to play a little video for you guys just to have an idea of what that's about. And the team building basically goes along with the leadership pay, but the more you train your teams to build their teams as well. So that's time and effort that is required in order for you to make those sponsoring bonuses. And that's how you get compensated, basically, is the time that you put in. Now, I'm doing this training. It doesn't mean I'm going to get any type of compensation at all by it, because the people that are consultants that are on, they can choose not to do anything with their business. If you are a potential consultant, you may join, but you may not do anything in your business. So I want you to also know that just because you join Scentsy, your sponsor and upline get $0 for you joining. You actually have to do something with your business for them to, and it takes a while. Like, you can sell something, but until you make a significant growth in your business, it is actually more beneficial upfront for them to keep you as a client, because they can make 25 to 30% in commission from you just by your purposes. But they're giving you an opportunity to actually make that for yourself, and they get a small percentage back. But in the long run, the more they share, there's a quote from Zig Ziglar that the more people you help make their dreams come true, the faster and more likely your dreams will not only come true, but go beyond your dreams. And that's how it works, is that you may help 10 people get started, and you may only really see a significant financial gain from 1 or 2 people. And that's why this company is so, again, different in culture, because we promote giving more than taking. When we can offer you an opportunity to make money off of yourself, and especially if you order a lot, you will have a Scentsy club membership, and you are purchasing, your club membership is being charged every single month. Your sponsor, your future sponsor, your consultant right now may have said to you, hey, if you became a consultant, that membership can be transferred to you, and you can get commission off of your own membership. And so there's just so many ways to be generous in this business, but the generosity turns into financial gain eventually. So I want you to, if you're already a consultant, you're kind of like, well, why would I turn one of my customers into a consultant when I can make 25 to 30% off of them on their order? But here's the thing, that's their one order. But when they become a consultant, they're going to more likely get more orders from other people that they never even thought to ask, because now they're a consultant. Now they're going to ask mom to buy. Now they're going to ask their neighbor to buy. And so that one order turns into an entire party that you get commission off of. It is still a smaller percentage, but the more you help more people join and become business owners, that percentage goes up. And it's more than beneficial. Okay. Let's see. How does Cincy train its consultants? Weekly training calls, which are recorded for replay, consultant made trainings, biannual in-person trainings, home office visits, and personal coaching. I'm sure you see a trend here. It's E, right? So we already talked about this. One thing that I always like to share is the opportunities for our amazing events that we have that Scentsy puts on. And it's basically the top notch training that you can ever do, the best investment you can do for your business and your life, because they do have a lot of life skills that they teach us. So with that being said, I actually want to take a pause on the training part, and I want to share a story, because this actually, shoot, let me, I'm probably making you guys, your heads spin by moving this around. Let me, I thought I had it open. I'm so sorry. Let me find, that person's video really fast. I'm so sorry. I have it right here. I just have to pull it up. There it is. Okay. Thank you for your patience. I know we're getting short on time, but stories are, like I said, are very powerful, and you can take my word for it all day long, but I want you to see that there are other people in the business and how they started, because it's totally different of why they started and when, what inspired them. So I'm going to go ahead and now share my screen. And this is Director Michelle Brooks. She's one of my frontline, meaning I sponsored her into the company, and she's going to share with you a little bit about her story.
Hey, my name is Michelle Brooks, and I am the director for the Shine Collective. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about my Scentsy story. So I joined Scentsy about 5.5 years ago, and I joined for the connection. I was a former teacher. I had been home with my kids for about 8 years. And when I was talking to my consultant at the time, she was telling me all about like the convention and about the meetings and all of those things. And I was home with kids all day long. And so I was really looking for a way to get out of my house. So she was telling me about convention, telling me about all these things. And one of the things that I missed so much about being a teacher was the teaching conventions that I got to go to over the summer. I got to, talk to like-minded people and just just get away for a little bit. It was so much fun. So that is what initially drew me to Scentsy. And to be really honest, as soon as I clicked join, like I didn't even think about it at all. I just did it. And then as soon as I clicked join, I almost immediately called and canceled, because all of the negative emotions, all of the, like, I don't know anybody, how am I going to do this? All of that stuff started to build up. And so I talked to my husband about it. And I was like, I was afraid to tell him actually that I wasted $50, because back when I joined, we had a kit that was a $49 kit. So I was afraid to tell him that I wasted $50 of our money on this, whatever it was going to be, right? And so what he said to me was, look, you know what, just make enough money to make your kit money back. And then if you want to quit, then go ahead and quit. So that is exactly what I intended to do. I intended just to, just see what it was going to be like, and then make enough money to quit. So that was my goal. Well, what ended up happening was I went to baseball that next day. and I was telling everybody that I was a Scentsy consultant, and I started to get really excited because they were excited, like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for a Scentsy consultant, which made me excited because I could be their consultant. And the more I shared with people that I was doing this, the more excited that I got. Now, that was why I got started and how I get started, but why do I stay with Cincy? Is it the money? Absolutely. It's been a great blessing for our family. It helps pay for my car. It helps pay for my kids' activities. That is really a blessing for our family. However, I stay because of the amazing culture that we are surrounded with. There are so many people in our company that are willing to help. They give ideas. They will just kind of chat with you and connect with you. And remember, that's why I joined, was for the connection. And I see it almost every single day, how giving and how caring so many people are in our Scentsy culture. And let's not even get me started on the culture from our amazing CEOs. Like they are, that's a whole different world because they are so amazing. But that's why I stay. I stay because I continue to get that connection. I continue to meet people that have heard of Scentsy. I continue to meet people that haven't heard of Scentsy. And so I get to share that opportunity with them as well. So I really hope that you give it some thought, and after hearing my story and a couple other people's stories, just jump into it. Don't be afraid. Just don't listen to your head. Listen to your heart. It's gonna be amazing. Have a great day. Bye.
Aw. Every time I watch that, I just smile because her enthusiasm is so contagious. And one thing I will tell you is that the way you share your love and excitement for this business and the products usually is what you start out with because that's what is going to be contagious. So share your love, share your excitement, and people are going to want a part of whatever you've got going on because they see how happy and excited you are, and they're going to either want the products that make you so happy, or they're going to want to be a part of the business because they see how happy it makes you. And I forgot that she shared how much the culture is also another reason why she stays with Scentsy. With that, I'm going to share one more story, and this one's definitely going to pull at your heartstrings. So be prepared. Get the Kleenex out. It I'm gonna share with you my feelings on this story and after, but it also definitely confirms how the culture and just what this business has done for this person. She's also my frontline, and I've actually known her for almost 20 years. We worked together a long time ago, and we've stayed friends. And I was able to reach out to her and ask her to book a party with me because I was literally just trying to figure out who have I not offered this to. And I remember she purchased from me at an event, which we can do like trade shows and festivals and things like that. And she came to a gun show that I was doing. I had a booth at and bought some products. And I realized, like, man, I never asked her to book a party before. And so let me button up, and I'm going to go ahead and let her share her story. Oh shoot, let me really fast get it on the right screen because we need, hold on a second. I have all these windows open. I have to just find the right one. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let me, there we go.
Hello, friends. I hope you all are enjoying Bacon Night with Jess Markowitz. My name is Gina Manchiri, and for those of you that don't know me, I am Director of Team Aroma from the Hearts, Food and Science Pets. I have been with Scentsy for 5 years, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my story. But before we go over that, as you can see, I am presenting from my kitchen at the moment. So the beauty about this business is that you can work on your time from anywhere, and it's a family thing. So my kids right now are in the front room occupying the front area with flashlights and running amok. So just in case they come running in through here, I just want to flip it just a little. So, for those of you who are not familiar with how I started this journey, here is my story. 2015 held the most exciting events of my life, but also one of the most difficult personally. My hubby and I had been trying for a second child, and after some difficulty and giving up, we were finally blessed. Following the birth, I had and was managing through PPD, postpartum depression. It was absolutely debilitating, and I felt like I was suffocating. At the time, I was going through a pharmacy doctoral program. I kept denying I was having PPD and telling myself it was stress from school. At times, I couldn't sleep. Other times, I was too exhausted to function. My emotions were extreme, and I couldn't concentrate or focus. I had trouble recalling things and even trying to get the words out when I spoke. It came to the point where I was just going through the motions, and I felt disconnected. I was so frustrated and would constantly burst down in tears. I kept telling myself, I'm a strong person. I was a domestic violence survivor, a single mother who worked full time and went to school to get her doctorate. I was now an intern pharmacist, and there was no way I could have come this far and have postpartum depression. No, knowing that the way I was feeling was not right and that I found myself struggling with things I never had with before, I knew something was off, way off. I felt like I was really going crazy. I felt like a failure. I felt inadequate as a mother, as a wife, as a person. I found everything I had gained, positive self-image, discipline, organization, all the sacrifices I had made for myself and my family was suddenly just shattered in the blink of an eye. I was left completely broken inside. I finally came to accept that there was something wrong, and I put my doctoral studies on hold. I took a step back and took some time for me to heal and recharge my soul. I put myself and my family first for once and finally made the decision to enjoy the family I prayed so long to have, to be present and healthy, and to enjoy the blessings God has given me. This is how my journey began. I was experiencing severe nausea, dizziness, and anxiety. The list could go on. So I lit some scented candles, hoping to calm and rebalance my emotions. Suddenly, I remembered my Scentsy items I had purchased from my good friend Jess Markowitz several years ago. I went to dig them out of my storage box as I had originally put them away because a retail store-bought knockoff had caught on fire and I was afraid to use any more warmers. With that being said, I knew I needed to stop using the candles for the same fire hazards because I kept forgetting to blow them out. Mind you, my eldest was in the fire department explorers program and my uncle is a retired firefighter, and they would constantly lecture me on the hazards, especially when I was caught leaving the candles on. I needed a better alternative for my aromacology than using the candles. Looking back at my Cincy warmer and how much wax I had left, which was Love Story and Lemon Coconut Chiffon at the time, I thought to myself, I need to get back in touch with my friend Jessy and get more wax from her. Well, it's funny how God works in mysterious ways. Having been away from the chaos of my once hectic work and school life, I suddenly decided to check the numerous Facebook messages, and one just so happened to be from my good friend of almost 20 years, Jess Markowitz. She had messaged me a few months back asking if I would be interested in hosting a Scentsy party. Well, hubby and I were considering doing a St. Patrick's Day barbecue or Easter get together, so we figured, why not mesh it together with Scentsy? I was excited to discover that Scentsy now had amazing and beautiful diffusers with natural and essential oils, as well as charity and fundraising opportunities, which I was huge on. Scentsy was the perfect fit and exactly what I didn't know I needed. Prior to the party, I had briefly asked her about fundraising and charity information. At the time, hubby owned a brick and mortar bike shop, Bike Works, and had a BMX race team that competed in the USA BMX Racing Organization events. He now co-runs the National International Level 7 BMX and Flat Society BMX online shops with internationally sponsored riders. The hubby and I always encourage these kids to give back to the community and help others. Setting up philanthropy events and fundraising opportunities for them to participate in provided them this opportunity. So after discussing fundraising possibilities with Jess and seeing how Scentsy had benefited her and her family, I decided that day of our party to join her Scentsy family and use my business to help give back to the community by raising money for fundraising and charity purposes. Scentsy provided extensive therapy for me in more ways than just the aromas. It helped me find myself again after the depression and through my second miscarriage on September 7, 2016. Scentsy continues to provide me with healing and therapy through the people I have been blessed to meet and call family, and through the aromas that surround me. Scentsy has put direction, purpose, positivity, motivation, and organization back into my life. I was once again able to have a sense of belonging and began to feel love again without feeling judged. I was beginning to put everything I had worked so hard to accomplish back into place. Scentsy is healing that brokenness. It is truly more than just lights and warmers. Scentsy has helped me get back on track to my long-term goals with more love, support, confidence, positivity, and blessings than I had before. I did not expect a direct sales business to be so family-oriented, and that is one of the many things I find so special about this company. I continue to build meaningful, lifelong friendships with real and empowering people. Scentsy has given me a sense of belonging, a basic human need that is taken for granted, but is vital in allowing one to see the value in life and helping them cope with painful and sometimes unexplainable emotions. God has a plan for you. It may not be the path that you intended for yourself, but trust that He will provide. He doesn't give you trials to break you, but to make you stronger and mold you into the person He intends for you to be. Scentsy is truly a blessing. It has given me the tools to give back to my community and teach my children the importance of helping others. It has allowed me the ability to control my own schedule. It not only allows me to stay per diem at the hospital and the ability to work this business from home, anywhere, full time, but most importantly, to be home and present with my children. I have merged my creativity of arts and crafting with this business and turned it into a beautiful family business that I absolutely love. We have money to supplement bills, put away for a rainy day or for fun purchases like Christmas gifts or vacations, and even pay for schooling and certifications to feed my growth mindset. The grass is greener where you water it, and I plan to continue watering it far beyond the time it becomes a beautiful field. If you have ever thought, would Scentsy be a good fit for me? Then you're in the right place. I hope my story was able to inspire you and help you see that this is more than just a wax and warmers and diffuser business. It is more, it is a family, it is a life. So I hope that one day I'll be able to show you family. Enjoy your experience. Well done.
Whoops.
I hope you all are enjoying.
Okay, so was I lying that was gonna put you pull with your heartstrings? I've watched it like 4 times and I still cry every time. One of the things that I will share that has been the biggest blessing of this business is being able to help other people and knowing that all we have to do is just offer. And then they have the option and the opportunity to make it whatever they want it to make it. I didn't do anything but ask Nina to host a party. She took the opportunity to ask questions and find what would be, she'd be able to make it her own, and what inspired her, which was fundraising. And it's, the neat thing is that to know that just a little bit of how much she's grown and how much it's benefited her life and her on a personal level and her family and professionally, everything, you know, that you had a little bit of part of that. And it's something as simple as just offering. You don't know where it's going to go. Some people take Scentsy, they try it and it's not for them, and that's okay. And it may not be for you, but the only way you'll know is if you try. And I will tell you that because if somebody would have told me that Scentsy was going to change my entire world forever, and that I was going to experience things and see things and learn things that I only read about in magazines and movies and books with this business, I would have probably laughed at them. And, but the only thing that inspired me to say yes, after saying all of the reasons why I should not be a Scentsy consultant, is when my sponsor introduced the fundraising that Scentsy does, that every season we have a certain cause that we try to raise money for. And this is actually the first season that we are actually raising money for several different causes through our, where is it at? I should have had it out, our Simply Blessed warmer. And so, but the year and the month that I was joined, which was April of 2011, April is Autism Month. And my cousin is autistic. And when she shared with me the warmer that year, that for that cause, that it made me go, oh, I know people that would buy that warmer. My aunt would, which is his mom. My mom would, because it's her nephew. I would buy it, whether, even though I had like no money to my name, I knew I would make a way to buy that money. And all I focused on was that I would be able to contribute to that specific cause. I didn't look any further, guys. I didn't know where it was going to go. I didn't know if I was going to be horrible at it, but I was willing to at least focus and try to be a part of raising money for the Autism Speaks warmer, which was raising money for the Autism Speaks Foundation. And this right now, since I just got this in, I collect all the fundraising warmers because it started my journey with Scentsy. And so it's Simply Blessed. And when you plug it in, which actually I have a plug right here, I could do that. It's purple, which is really cool. And purple is one of Scentsy's colors, and purple and green. And oops, I was about to put the light bulb inside the plug instead of one thing that made me feel, it's funny, a lot of consultants that I've met over the years, it's not all of them, I promise you that, but a lot of them has said that purple was always one of their favorite colors. And purple was always one of my favorite colors. So something simple like that inspired me, like, oh, Scentsy's colors is purple. Well, I should be a part of this. So you could see it glows purple, Simply Blessed. And so this specific cause is being, or this season is being supported by several different fundraising opportunities and foundations. All right, so we are past our 1 hour, but I hope that you see that it was worth it. Let me just flip. If you need to go, I totally understand and respect your time. This is recorded. You could always reach out to me and ask for this recording. If you're already on my Scentsy team, you're going to get a recording. And we do this every month on the 4th Wednesday of the month at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you're welcome to join then too. Let me go ahead and just whip through these last couple things because I want to make sure you're aware. All right, so how does Scentsy support its consultants? Your upline, your sponsor director, star director, and superstar director. B, consultant support, availability by phone, email, and chat, and team Facebook pages. You knew it, level D, I mean number D, or letter D, all of the above. So you have so many people that you can reach out to. So consultant support, we have a whole department just waiting for you to call them and ask questions and to help so they can direct you. So you don't have to wait for your sponsor or your director to respond to you. You can call them. They are open Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. Pacific to 8 p.m. Pacific. And so you can get most of your questions answered. And if they are not available, it's a Saturday, Sunday. We've got Facebook pages that are our groups. Each director has their own. And then I have one that is just everybody in all our big, huge Scentsy family. And you will also be able to add yourself and request to be added to a lot of other Scentsy Facebook pages that are very useful for lots of tools, tips, and support. What are the penalties for not selling and growing a team? A, fines, max of 200. B, mandatory training. C, pay Scentsy back. D, there is no penalty if your account is canceled. You can reactivate for free. So you knew it. It's D. So if for some reason this business does not work out for you this time, and there's so many people that are on my team today that have canceled because it just wasn't their time, and for whatever reason, and they came back. Most people come back. I have to tell you that. Even if they just couldn't keep their business going, they always find a way back. And the cool thing is Scentsy lets you reactivate for free. You only have to become active again once within the time period that they give you, which is the 200 PRV, and then you are good until the year goes by from that day you're active. So you don't have to sell anything other than getting yourself active, and but you don't have any fees to come back. You do have a reinstatement kit that you can purchase just to have all of the current catalogs, testers, things like that. But if you don't have to, if you can't buy those, the reinstatement kit, you could always reach out to your sponsor and see if you could borrow stuff if they live in your area. One thing really fast that I forgot to mention when Michelle Brooks was sharing her story, she talked about the $59 kit. Now, the cool thing is back then, 5 years ago, that was just a special that she joined with. And funny enough, Nina joined with that too. They actually joined within a couple of days of each other, funny enough. And but now Scentsy has, in the last couple of years now, we have a host kit that's available. And when you host, once you hit $200 in sales, you automatically unlock a $59 kit that you can purchase and take advantage of. But also, there's even more to this. You have the ability to earn your kit for free if you want. So you can apply your Scentsy credit, which you get free credit. Once you hit $200, you get 10% in free credit, which is $20, right? You can apply the $20 to your $59 and it brings down to $39. But if you want to go a step further and just really reach for the stars, which I hope you do, and hit a $500 or more order, you will not only get a free kit, but you're going to have extra free credit for your own products that you want, half off items, and you are already going to earn the Shooting Star kit, which is an award, which is basically hitting your 500 in PRV in your first 15 days. So you did it before you even started the business, which is what we always strive to help you do, because it's just great practice and business strategy to get off to what we call is a sensational start. Okay, the company actually gives you a couple of goals to just start you off, because it's very important to have goals in life itself, but especially business. So if you don't know what goals to set, you kind of don't really know what you want out of the business, they set those for you. And the reason why is because those that hit these specific goals tend to go on to becoming directors and above in the business. There are some people that don't hit those goals and still go on to becoming directors and above. And then of course, there's obviously some people that hit those goals and then still don't because they find that it's not what they want. And that's okay, because if we had everybody became superstar directors in the company, then we wouldn't have anybody to sell to or to host parties for us, right? So, but we never know until we ask, and we never know until we try. So a couple more that we're almost done. Thank you for hanging in there with me. How many hours a week does successful Scentsy consultants work their business? 1 to 2 hours, 2 to 5 hours, 5 to 10 hours, 10 to 20 hours. And this time, actually, the real answer is all of the above as well. However, I don't have it on there. And the reason why is because you get to choose that. But the answer is actually A. It's 1 to 2 hours. And we talk about the power hour, and you're going to learn about that when you become a consultant. And if you are already a consultant, you don't know about the power hour, please make sure you reach out to me or your sponsor or your director or whoever, or even just go into the workstation under training and type in power hour. And there is a document that breaks down all the steps to focus on having the most successful and productive hour in your day, so you can literally get so much more done, be so much more effective, and become more successful than if you worked your business for 10 hours that day. Okay. All right. Let's see. How many parties are you expected to have each month? 2, 4, 6, as many as possible. No expectations. This is your business. You can work it the way you want. The answer is E. However, I strongly suggest all my team members to make D be your answer, because the more you get, more bookings you get, the more people you meet, the bigger your business will grow, and the more people you can actually bless with this business. Remember I said that my business got so busy that I had to sponsor people? You want that. And the cool thing is that when they become consultants, they get to learn about all the extra benefits other than just utilizing the products, like Michelle shared with you, and Nina shared with you, and I shared with you. So yeah, as many as possible is great. And there is a very small study that is proven to be true, is that if you do one party a week that averages about $500, which is the average party with 5 to 8 people purchasing, you would be able to sell about $2,000 a month. And at that point, any consultant in any month that you sell $2,000, you get a monthly sales bonus, which is an extra 5% in sales. We want you to get those extra points, right? Those extra commission percentages, which pushes you to 30% in commission. You start out at 20 for anything you sell. And when you sell an accumulative of 1,000 PRV, it can take you 1 day, it can take you 6 months. Once you hit that level of 1,000, or that milestone of 1,000, you bump up to 25. And then any month, whether it's your first month or every single month or once in a career, that you hit 2,000 in one given month, you are eligible for that 5% bonus. Now, I heard that and I was like, well, shoot, I want 30% now, and I always want 30%. So I personally strive every single month to hit 30%, because that is what I can control. I can control what I'm doing, but I can't necessarily control what my team is doing, right? Because everybody has different goals and different needs and even desires of the business. So last but not least, bonus question. Whoop, I just went right past it. Other than your starter kit, what else do you need to start your Scentsy business? A, catalog, order forms, and business supplies, $50. Samples of all the scents, if you purchase it, it's about $75. Actually, that is old information. I apologize. It's now $40 because we have just one tester set. We used to have 2 different types of sets. One with like bigger testers and one with smaller. But so I apologize. I need to correct that by our next, but it is $40 worth just for the testers. A warmer, a bar, other products such as washer lifts, counter clean, and a buddy clip, room spray, car bar, all valued at $80 together. Product samples of liquid, laundry liquid, clothing conditioner, etc., is about $15. And or E, nothing, it's all included in your $99 kit. Now, it is E, I'm sure you guessed it. The $99 kit is always going to be available for you. You can purchase the $99 kit outright. And I will tell you, it is the better buy. You get about $250 worth of business supplies and products. So it's worth the $99. And plus you get like a cute Scentsy bag that's insulated. You can carry all your Scentsy stuff in. And the thing is that I will tell you, and one thing that Michelle didn't tell you is that when she purchased her $59 and she found out it was in the $99 kit, which was my bad because we had never had a promotion like that. So I didn't tell her about the $99 kit, which is my bad. But I learned from it, and so did she, that she said I would have bought the $99 kit if I knew there was one. So make sure, if you're a consultant, that you're making sure everybody knows that the $99 kit is the better buy and it's available to them. But if they can't swing $99, they can do the $59 host kit, or they can strive to hit that $500 mark and earn their kit for free. So that's always available, the $99 kit. Okay, and then last but not least, now think about the goals, that goal we mentioned earlier. Think about how fun this can be. What's stopping you now? Go to your sponsor's website and let's do this together. So if you are going to buy or purchase the $99 kit, you'll go straight to your sponsor's website. If you don't have it, just text them or call them and say, okay, I'm ready. What is your website? And they will give you the direct link to their Join section on their website. And if you're ready, but you're not ready to spend $99, so you want to try to host first, let them know that as well. And here's the thing, if you host first, you can kind of see how it's going to gauge. And I always actually encourage even before we had the host kit, I encourage my new team members to host first and collect orders. So when they join, they already have a $500 or more order in place. So they hit their 500 shooting star goal, and they're even that much closer to being certified, which means they're going to possibly and hopefully be paid at 25% instead of 20% on their first paycheck. So if this sounds good to you, if anything sounds like this is something that's a possibility, please take the chance. I just saw another consultant on her page. She said, it's not a mortgage. It's not a brand new car. It's not that big of a deal. Just go for it. And I was like, that's so true. So it's a very little, you're not putting a lot at risk, even if it's $99. I'm sure you spent $99 on a pair of shoes that you've never worn before. I know I have. Or you went out to dinner and was like, that wasn't that good. We just spent like $100. So I promise you, this was the best $99 kit, money I've ever spent. And I charged my last dollar on my last credit card. 10 years ago, we were up to our ears in credit cards and in debt of all kinds. And I'm so happy to say, which I'm going to include the income disclosure, that we are debt-free. The only thing that we owe right now, we have our cards are paid off, our credit cards are paid off, is our mortgage, and we actually just bought a new house. But the cool thing is we already have equity in it, so we're doing great. And it's all from the lessons of learning how to financially budget our. Financially manage the money that I was started to make. Did you? I forgot about that. I think that's what we talked about first, and then you probably saw. I forgot that you upgraded the $99. Okay, you mean $99 kit? Yes, I do mean that. Martinez family. For no out-of-pocket costs. It would be the $59 kit for no out-of-pocket. Yes, if you earned you put your hostess credit towards your $59 kit. Yes. So, anyways. So you say that when you start to dream about things and you feel like, man, I wish I had that, or I saw that, or I was able to experience that. Those are all things that God's giving you a visual of what's possible. And the only thing that's stopping it from becoming possible is you taking the step to make it happen. And I'm not promising that you're going to get immediate success. You're not going to fall, because I promise you, all successful people will tell you that you're going to fall, and you're going to fall flat on your face a few times. But the cool thing is that as long as you get back up and you learn from your experiences, you're going to be progressing. And progression is what all humans need in life to find happiness, is to be able to say, I did just a little bit better today. And I learned to, not fall so hard next time. And that's the cool thing about having a Scentsy family, is that when you fall on your face, you have a family to call and say, hey, has this ever happened to you? And I can probably guarantee I've experienced it. And I'll be able to say, oh yeah, girl, or oh yeah, brother. And, but you'll get through it. And this is how I did. So sometimes you just need that support to know that you're not in this by yourself. We always say in Scentsy that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Okay, we hope to see you as our newest Scentsy sisters and brothers in the future. If you have any more concerns or questions that weren't answered, please reach out to your sponsor or myself and let me know and let them know, and we'll make sure we get your questions answered. But thank you so much for taking the time with us. And even if this isn't for you, if somebody popped in your mind saying, you know what, this might work for them, share this video with them and we will be happy to help them as well. All right. Have a sensational night. Bye, guys. Love you too, Neens. Oh, you're so welcome. Bye, Kristen.